Congressman, thank you, sir.
Thanks for having me.
And now to Syria, where the American military veteran, a Christian, is fighting alongside the Kurds to defeat ISIS. Jordan Mattson joins us from Syria. Jordan, why are you in Syria? Why are you fighting ISIS there?
Well, no major power for the last almost 2 years said they would do it or send troops on the ground. So at a certain point of a certain amount of people getting genocided, the Yazidis and Christians, and Obama saying it was an Iraqi problem, I decided if my government wouldn't do anything about it, I would, ma'am, and I came over here.
All right. Now, what was your military experience? What did you do in the U.S. military?
I was airborne infantry, ma'am.
In terms of being in Syria, are there other American former veterans or former active duty fighting ISIS?
Quite a few, ma'am, around 40 to 50 that I know of, but I've been on the front, so I don't know everybody that comes over here, so there could be more.
What's it like?
It's a lot. It's not like a conventional deployment, so it's a shock for a lot of the guys. It's you're usually going from mud hut to mud hut. You don't have any of the essentials like sewage, electricity, or anything. You have a basket of bread and usually some vegetables, and you go out and fight at night because no one likes to fight during the day. And you get within usually 100 meters, unless it's Deutschke fights, to engage the enemy. So it's quite a bit different over here. How
armed are you?
We just have the basics, ma'am. Rocket-propelled grenades, Dragunovs, Kalashnikovs, and BKCs or PKMs, light machine guns, a few Deutschkes here and there. We could really use a lot of help from the United States if they'd start arming Syrian Kurds.
What is the view among the Syrian Kurds towards the United States and towards the American policies towards that region?
They are extremely pro-Western. They've said nothing but good things about the United States. I mean, they've taken great care of me since I got here. They've been a very secular society. They treat Christians, Muslims, Yazidis as equals. No one religion is imposed on each other. All the ethnic groups are treated the same. It's something they haven't had in this region that the YPG provides.
What does that flag behind you, the YPG, what does that mean?
Your Protection Group.
And what is that?
It's the basically the protection group for the Kurdish forces and anyone that lives under them in this region in what we call Rojava, or northeastern Syria.
Jordan,
it's
take me back.
Force.
When did you leave the United States and go to Syria?
I flew out on September 20th, ma'am, and I flew into Turkey and was taken to Arbil, then Rojava.
And since you've been there, do you have any fears being there?
No, ma'am. I came here for a reason, to defend these people and curb ISIS's efforts to cause harm to my own nation back in my own country.
Do you get any sense of whether everyone is winning the war against ISIS, or is it just staying as it is, sort of as is, or are we losing the war against ISIS?
It's a slow grind, ma'am. We're going to win. It's going to take longer than I would like. If we put groups on the ground or increase our bombing campaign or our abilities to bomb the enemy, share intelligence with the other nations that are trying to do the same effort, then I think it would increase, or I should say decrease the amount of time that it would take to destroy ISIS. But if we're just going to leave it to random bombing here and there and training some troops in Iraq, then it's going to take a longer amount of time. Especially with their growth in Libya and Lebanon.
Are you seeing actual action there? Are you fighting, actual fighting?
Yes, ma'am. I've been in Shangal for over a month. I'm only in the back of the rear for a week because another American was shot and wounded my friend Matt. So he's going home to get better, and I'm returning to the front.
And you say that you've seen about 50 American former vets fighting over there against ISIS?
At least, ma'am, yes.
What does your family think about this, Jordan?
At first, they were very skeptical. Of course, their son's going over to fight in the Syrian civil war. They didn't know anything about a Kurdish militia or what their their values were. But as they came to see what I was doing or why I was doing it, they came to support me.
Can you confirm there were reports the other day that 45 Kurdish people were burned to death? And I know there's been, I don't know if it's been confirmed or not. Do you know anything about that at all?
Negative, ma'am. I haven't heard anything about that.
All right, Jordan, thank you very much, and hope you stay safe, Jordan.
Thank you, ma'am. Go Packers.
Yeah, go Packers indeed.